conservative new media viewers and JLin fans around the world. What's up? It's me, Paul F. Villarreal, the NBA expert, and we're here in between Game 1 and Game 2 of the 2013 NBA First Round Western Conference Playoff Series between the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Houston Rockets. The Thunder are the number 1 seed, and the Rockets are the number 8 seed. I'm making this video because I want to talk about the J-Lin haters. And just as I predicted in the Game 1 video, the haters are out in full force, saying things that even I didn't think they would say. They're just so stupid, some of the things that have been said, that it's even worse than I thought it would be. But I can't say that I'm surprised. And just to give you an example of what's being said, I'll put some information in the video description below the video player so you can look at some of what has been said for yourself. So the haters are feeling good. Haters are feeling cocky. Haters are feeling confident. But are the haters walking into a trap? And my answer is yeah, they're walking into a trap. Now, is the trap going to catch them in this playoff series? It might not. It might not. And that's the reason why they're so arrogant right now. I wrote something on Clutch Fans yesterday or the other day under my name there, which is Phi Slamma. And I wrote something that the Oklahoma City Thunder have become kind of like the prince of a fairy tale for the haters. They finally feel like somebody's coming to save them. Someone's coming to rescue them from Linsanity and Jeremy Lin dominance and global iconism. And that's why the haters are so loud right now. They think they finally have an angle. It's kind of like, I don't know, someone picks at you at school, and they keep picking at you, they keep picking at you, they keep picking at you. And then, you tell them, well, I'm going to bring my big brother, and, we're going to make things tough for you. And it's like, now you finally found your big brother. That's how the haters feel. That's how they feel. They think they got something going here, but they don't. They don't. However, as Lin fans and Lin supporters, we have to be patient, because it might not work out in this series. Okay, Jeremy might struggle in the entire series, and Houston might lose the series 4-0. And if they do, and Jeremy does struggle, then the haters are going to go crazy. You take what they're saying now, multiply it times 100. And that's okay. That's the way these things work. That's the psychology of these things. And I'm very familiar with this stuff. Very familiar with it. Just in studying things like mass psychology and, sports, the psychology of sport, these types of things. I mean, I understand how these things work. And it's not, this is it. This is the haters. This is their moment. And so you have to expect that this is what they're going to do. But I will say this for the haters, and I know you're watching, because nobody are bigger Jeremy Lin fans than his haters. Because you're scared, and you have to pay attention to every single thing he does and every single thing that's said about him. Because You have to try to hold him down, I think, or you want to try to hold him down. And so you need to know everything about him, even more than fans know about him. So I know you're paying attention to this video, and that's good. Let me just say this to the haters. You're going to lose. You've already lost, and you know you lost. Now this is kind of like it's kind of like a little second wind for you. And enjoy it while you can. We understand. We get it. But I would just tell you right now, we're never going back to the pre-Linsanity 1.0 days. It's over. You lost. And it's going to get worse. It's going to get a lot worse. Jeremy is going to do great. He's already done great. He's already become an icon. He got his contract. He's on the cover of the magazines. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. So, haters, you should know that. You should know that. There's plenty more to come. Plenty more. And there's no going back now. Ever. It's never going to go back to before Linsanity 1.0. It's over. Now, the haters being so aggressive, so loud, means they're desperate, right? So it's a good thing. Whenever somebody is so over the top and reacts so over the top, that means they're desperate. They're afraid. They're afraid that this is their last chance. And that's why you're hearing some of the most ridiculous things about Jeremy and his game that you'll ever hear, ever again. I've heard stuff, Patrick Beverley should be starting over him. And see, he never was any good. And they're trying to use this one game, first playoff game ever. And that is supposed to erase everything Jeremy's ever done, which is, of course, ridiculous. But that's a sign of desperation. And that's good. We embrace the haters' desperation. I told you guys in the playoff game #1 video, embrace the hate. Embrace the failure. Because that's how you move to the next level. Accept it. You ever watch, this is an old reference. You ever watch the movie, Bloodsport? Jean-Claude Van Damme? He had the little thing in the karate tournament, and he's fighting all the guys and all that stuff, right? Well, near the end of the movie, remember? He's fighting Kong Lee. Whatever character Kong Lee plays in the movie. And I think Kong Lee or somebody else, puts dust in Van Damme's eyes so he can't see. And then he starts freaking out. He's like, what am I going to... And then realizes, I'm going to be really calm now. Kind of a Zen type of calmness. That's right. Once you can achieve that, then everything works. And after Van Damme got to the Zen level, then he easily beat Kong Lee. What the haters are trying to do is to make Jeremy Lin fans and Jeremy Lin himself edge on edge. They're trying to make him be Van Damme with the dirt in his eyes. That's why it's important to be calm, to embrace the situation, accept it. Like Van Damme did in that moment. That's why I say what I say. I don't say what I say just because, it's my opinion and I don't want anybody to disagree with me. Everybody that disagrees with me, shut up. No, I do that because that's how you win. I know the haters are going to storm the barricades. I know the haters are going to pound on the walls. So the way that you beat them is to be calm, is to be measured, is to avoid overreactions and over-emotionalism. That's how you win. That's how you win. And like I said, let them be desperate. But we don't have to be desperate. Let them be desperate. Look, this is the last stand for the haters. This is it. Remember, Jeremy was a fluke last year. Jeremy was nothing this year. He shouldn't be playing. He shouldn't be starting. He's not worth a contract. He's not even an average point guard. Well, okay, maybe he's average, but he'll never be any good. He's never going to be able to do this. Oh, he's gonna fail in the playoffs. Yay! That's what this is. The haters had a whole bunch of lines in the sand that Jeremy kept crossing, right? Oh, you can't do this, and then he did it. Oh, I bet you can't do that, and then he did that. This is the last line in the sand, essentially, because the playoffs are the ultimate thing in the NBA. Now, there are different levels of playoffs. You know, Jeremy succeeding in the first round isn't the same as succeeding in the finals, but you're going up against an NBA finalist last year. You're going up against one of the best teams in the league, period. It doesn't get any harder than this. And guess what? You're in your first playoff game. So it's not a surprise that the haters are trying to use this for their own ends. But as I said earlier, it doesn't matter. They're walking into a trap. The genie is already out of the bottle. As I said, we're never going back to before Linsanity 1.0. It's over. And so this is their last hope. I'll give you a great analogy to what this is like, this game one, and the overreaction by the haters. If you remember when Manny Pacquiao lost to Juan Manuel Marquez in the last fight, Pacquiao got knocked out. And you know, we're huge Pacquiao fans. We love Pacquiao. What happened right after Pacquiao lost? A whole bunch of Pacquiao haters went and made those little meme picture things with Pacquiao lying face down. And then they had a whole bunch of things, and they're all making fun of him, and they put it all over the internet. And Justin Bieber put it up on him. Why did they do that? This is what I'm talking about. You have to understand the psychology of this. You can't get caught up in the emotion of it. They did that because they're scared to death of Manny Pacquiao. And I'm talking about Pacquiao haters. Because Manny Pacquiao has conquered boxing. And so they're trying to use one bad moment to take away everything Pacquiao's done and to protect their own little fighters that they like and stuff. And that's how it works, right? But you can't fall for it. If you're a fan of Manny Pacquiao, if you're a fan of JLin, you can't freak out when this happens. The haters never fade away. They never go away. There will always be haters like this of everybody, of Manny Pacquiao, of JLin, of anybody, of Kobe, of LeBron. It doesn't matter. This is the way it works. But you have to anticipate it. You have to anticipate what the haters are going to try to do. And when it happens, it shouldn't surprise you. So, again, you take it in stride. You take it in stride. I mean, they're trying to take the worst moment for Pacquiao, for Lin, and then generalize about that person's entire career and make it into this one moment. See you, Pacquiao face down. That's it. That's how this works. That's how it works. But it only is successful if you let it be successful. We've talked before about Jeremy. Jeremy doesn't let anybody else define him and define what he's about and define what he's going to become. Because if he did do that, then he wouldn't be in the NBA. And he probably wouldn't have been at Harvard. Because nobody believed in him enough to give him a D1 scholarship. So if he accepted that storyline, then he'd be like, yeah, it's not good enough. But he doesn't accept it. And that's why Linsanity 1.0 and 2.0 happened. So haters only win if you let them win. And this is something John and I, CNM, is all about. We've had, I don't even know how many haters on all kinds of things. I mean, different things that we've done, people towards us personally. The reason why I can be strong or firm in certain instances because I'm used to the haters. The haters don't shake me up. And that's why, in these videos, I can just be more detached for what's happening with Jeremy. Because I know what's going to happen. I know what the haters are going to try to do. And I just choose to ignore it. Or I choose to respond to it like this. But on my terms. On our terms. Not on the haters' terms. We're going to respond to it on Jeremy Lin fans' terms. The way we want to do it. And with our picture. And with our narrative. Not the one the haters are trying to push. But you have to ride the waves. There's going to be up and down. The haters have found their magical prince in the Thunder. And so you have to deal with that. That's how it is. That's how it goes. For now. And I said, look, I've been hard on some Lin fans recently. But believe me, the way I feel about Lin fans is nothing like the way I feel about the Lin haters. I like Lin fans a lot. I don't always agree with them, but I don't like the Lin haters. And so the real anger and disdain that I feel is for those people because they're misguided. And, how can you hate Jeremy? Really? I mean, why would you? What is that? To me, there's no real good answers for that. So I don't, we'll keep track of the haters. Let's just put it that way. We'll keep track of them. And when the time comes, we'll make sure that everything's brought up that they said. So I said, it's got to be patient. Marathon and not a sprint. Tortoise versus the hare. But remember, in the tortoise versus the hare, which is I think it's, Aesop's Fables or whatever, just a very popular and long-standing story in Western civilization. And I'm sure there's an equivalent in various other civilizations around the world. Remember, the tortoise wins at the end. So it's not like, the tortoise tried and did okay, but he still lost. No, the tortoise won. Jeremy's going to win. So, I'm not sitting here saying whatever and be nicey and, we're going to lose. No, we're going to win. Jeremy's going to win. Just like Pacquiao's won. So don't worry. Just hang in there. We're fortunate because Jeremy is a champion. People that have attached themselves to Jeremy made a good choice. Jeremy's demonstrated again and again that he's tough, that he overcomes challenges, and then he rises to the challenge. I think he's going to play better tonight in Game 2. And that's good. That's the beginning of the process for him to overcome the struggles in Game 1. And it might not all work out in this series. It's not supposed to. The Rockets aren't supposed to win this series. They weren't supposed to make the playoffs. Jeremy wasn't supposed to be a starting point guard. So we're doing great. We're doing great. Just don't get caught up in the haters' version of events. They're going to try to push your buttons. Just don't fall for it. So I said, look, this is why I cover stuff the way that I do regarding Jeremy. I want to be measured, want to be cautious. A little bit at a time. You can't get too far ahead of yourself because then you'll be set up to fail. If you thought that Jeremy was going to score 25 points and have 8 assists every single game after Linsanity 1.0, then you're going to be disappointed because that's not going to happen that quickly. But now it's the haters that are being unrealistic. Now it's the haters saying, he's not any good and he shouldn't start and he's garbage and he's going to be dominated for the rest of the series. Now they're making the mistakes. They're walking into the trap. And I love calling them out on that. And I'm confident to do that. The same way I was confident earlier in this year to say, you know what, Linsanity 2.0 is coming up pretty soon. Because I'm confident in Jeremy. I know what Jeremy is. And you know what? The haters know what he is too. That's why they're trying to stop him before it's too late. Guess what? It's already too late. People ask us, and ask me, why do you like Jeremy so much? Why do you cover Jeremy so much? Why do you guys do all this stuff? Because Jeremy is the future. That's why. And Jeremy is a champion. He's a good dude. And I can relate to him. Same way I can relate to a lot of different athletes. But Jeremy's unique. He's unique in a unique moment in time. His story is unique in a lot of different ways. You just don't see people like him from couch to penthouse. You don't see that. It doesn't happen like that in the NBA or any sports league. It just doesn't work like that. So he's a special figure. And that's why we like him. And that's why we cover him. And that's why we talk about him. And he's a good example for people. And he's a good example as a story of he generates so much emotion from both his fans and from the haters that it's useful because he's a good figure to kind of learn lessons from on all sides. And, he's a good example to be able to use to point things out to people. And that's another reason why I like him a lot. But at the end of the day, he's a good dude. He's a good dude who was passed over, and now he's getting his chance, and he's winning. And that's it. I think we can all relate to that story in any part of our life or anything that we do, sports, work, anything. We've all been there. And, so it's something that's easily translatable to each person's experience. So, like Linsanity will rise again. Don't let the haters get you down. Let them talk. Write down what they say. Save it. We'll bring it up later when the time comes. And then we're going to have the last laugh. And it's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Because now the haters they're walking into the trap. And we're going to trap them. And I can't wait. Okay, it is 1:18 p.m. on Wednesday, April 24th on the East Coast of the United States, which means it is 1:24 a.m. early Thursday, April 25th in Taipei, Taiwan, and Shanghai, China. Now, somebody asked me in the comments, in one of the comments of the video before the last one, what do I think of B-Ball Breakdown? You know, the SB Nation, they do YouTube videos and stuff. Coach Nick. I haven't watched a lot of them, but I like it. I mean, I think Nick is a coach or has been a coach, and what he's doing with the videos, you know, and the little arrows and stuff is good. I think it's great. Anybody that can help people learn more about basketball, I'm happy about that. I think that's great. Now, people have asked us to do those type of videos, and it's something that we'll look at doing. We can't do it right now, just for a number of different reasons, but it is something that we'll look at doing in the future, because I do think there's a lot of benefit in those type of videos, and so I think it's great. I mean, I'm glad Nick's doing it, and the more people that can, you know, and do those type of videos, the better. I just want to say something too. I know Hanny Chang mentioned that some people, I believe in Taiwan, were kind of using these videos to help study and learn English. Hanny, that's great. I remember last year we got some remarks along those lines. I remember somebody, an English instructor from Taiwan, wrote me or left a comment saying something like, yeah, I'm going to use these videos. I'm using these videos for our English classes. I think that's great. And it's part of the reason why, particularly in the past, I don't do it as much now, but particularly in the past, I would speak very slowly so that people who don't speak English as a first language could learn and could be able to follow the videos better. But now, thankfully, because of yourself and JJ and others translating these videos, you know, it's getting easier. I mean, it's people can enjoy them without having to speak English. But if people want to use them for studying English, I think that's awesome. And that's it. You know, it's another, shows you the impact of Jeremy. You know, people are eager now to communicate about him over different languages. And so it shows you how important he is, how transformational of a figure he is. So I think that's phenomenal. Look, we're heading into game 2 tonight. That game's going to take place about 5.5 hours from right now. It takes place at 7 p.m. Eastern Time tonight on the East Coast of the United States. It's going to be on the TNT network here in the United States. And so it'll take place early Thursday, April 25th in Taipei, Taiwan, and Shanghai at 7 a.m. in the morning. Again, I don't want to set expectations too high. I don't want to say Jeremy's going to come out and have 25 points and 15 assists. And no, look, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough still. I do think he's going to play better tonight than he played in the game 1, though. But his shot wasn't falling in game 1. His jump shot wasn't going in the basket. So you can't really control that. If it's not happening, well, you can have a tough night. On the other hand, if it is going down, you can have a great night. So I don't know what's going to happen tonight. I hope Jeremy does great and we win. But again, I preach caution. It doesn't matter. That's why I say it doesn't matter about one particular game. It's about the entire arc of progress. Again, the haters have settled on this series because they're confident that we're not going to win and that this is a tough matchup for Jeremy. That's why they're so thrilled. It's like if you hate LeBron, and LeBron a couple years ago was playing Boston and he had trouble against them. Well, the haters are sitting there. They got their DVDs programmed. They got their chicken wings. They can't wait for those games. That's the way the Lin Haters are for this series and these games. So, it's going to be tough, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about this series or all of these particular games. They're not going to make or break Jeremy's career. And that's important to understand. And that's what I've been saying. That's the way I say it about all this stuff. Steve Nash, I believe in his first playoff game, shot something like, 4 for 13 or something, and had 10 points and 9 assists. No, he didn't do that great. That's normal. I mean, that's pretty normal. If everybody was great in the first playoff game, then coaches would just play young guys constantly because everybody's going to be great when they first play in the playoffs. It doesn't work like that. That's why you need experience and stuff. That's why I welcomed the struggles, because then after you struggle, then you can finally improve. So that's it. Haters, enjoy it while you can. Your time is going to be short, a lot shorter than you wish it was going to be. But you might prevail this go round. That's fine. It's fine. Like I said, celebrate it as much as you can. Get every last ounce of joy out of it, because you're not going to be having too much joy soon. But we're going to be having a whole bunch of joy. And so that's coming. All right, your comments below. Thumbs up, thumbs down this video. Of course, you can come and join CNM Facebook group, which we will have information for in the video description below the video player. We have over 2,500 members there and counting, and love to have you come and join that. That'll be there in the video description, along with the different instances of what the haters are saying after Game 1 for Jeremy and Houston. I am Paul at Villarreal, the NBA expert. Thanks a lot for watching Conservative New Media. We strive to be the #1 Jeremy Lin YouTube fan channel. I hope everybody's having a great night, a great day, wherever you are around the world when you're watching this video. Really looking forward to tonight's game. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully Jeremy's going to come out and do well, and maybe we can get a win. That would be tremendous. Talk to you tonight. Take care until then.